If you've been told that dialysis may be in your future, you may have heard two terms, hemodialysis and peritoneal dialysis. They both do the same basic job, help remove waste and extra fluid when your kidneys can no longer do enough of that work. But they do it in two completely different ways. With hemodialysis, your blood travels outside your body to be filtered. With peritoneal dialysis, your blood stays inside your body and the lining of your abdomen is used as the filter. I've spent almost 30 years in dialysis, including years training people to do dialysis at home. And I know this decision can feel overwhelming when you're first learning about it. So let me make it simple. I'm going to show you how each type works, what everyday life can look like with each one, and some of the things you and your healthcare team may consider when deciding which option is right for you. If you appreciate me making medical information like this easier to understand, let me know by gently tapping that like button. Let's start with the one most people picture when they hear the word dialysis. What actually happens during hemodialysis? Hemodialysis means your blood is filtered outside your body. To do that, we need a way to safely move blood from your body to the dialysis machine and then return it back to you. That's where your vascular access comes in. That may be an AV fistula, an AV graft, or a dialysis catheter. Your blood travels through the tubing to a filter called a dialyzer. You may hear people call this the artificial kidney. Inside that filter, waste and extra fluid are removed from the blood. The filtered blood then travels through another line and returns to your body. Hemodialysis also helps with things your kidneys normally help regulate, including your fluid balance and levels of minerals such as potassium and sodium. So in plain English, blood comes out, it gets filtered, blood comes back in. That's hemodialysis. And one thing I want to clear up right away. Hemodialysis does not automatically mean going to a dialysis center. You can have hemodialysis in a dialysis center, but some people are also trained to perform hemodialysis at home. We'll come back to that because it makes a big difference when we talk about lifestyle. But peritoneal dialysis works very differently because with PD, your blood never has to leave your body. So how does peritoneal dialysis work? Instead of using a filter outside your body, peritoneal dialysis uses something you already have. The inside of your abdomen is lined by a membrane called peritoneum. That membrane can be used to help remove waste and extra fluid from your blood. To do peritoneal dialysis, you first need a soft catheter placed into your abdomen. Dialysis solution flows through that catheter and into the abdominal cavity. The solution stays there for a period of time. We call that the dwell. During that time, waste and extra fluid move from the blood vessels in the peritoneal membrane into the dialysis solution. Then you drain that used solution out and replace it with fresh solution. That's called an exchange. So again, in plain English, with hemodialysis, your blood goes to the filter. With peritoneal dialysis, the dialysis solution goes to the filter inside you. That's probably the easiest way to remember the difference. There are also two main ways PD can be performed. One is CAPD, where exchanges are performed manually during the day. The other is automated peritoneal dialysis, where a machine called cycler performs exchanges, usually while you're sleeping. Now you understand how they work, but that's usually not the question that ultimately matters most. Because what people really want to know is, what is my life going to look like? Let's start with the dialysis most people are familiar with, in-center hemodialysis. A common in-center schedule in the United States is 3 treatments a week, with each treatment lasting around 4 hours. You travel to the dialysis center, the staff performs and monitors your treatment, and when the treatment is finished, you go home. For some people, that's exactly what they want. They don't want to perform their own treatments. They feel more comfortable having trained staff there while they're receiving dialysis. But your treatment schedule is generally determined by the dialysis clinic, and you have to build those appointments into your week. Now, here's something many people don't realize. Hemodialysis can also be done at home. With home hemodialysis, you and a care partner, depending on the program, receive training to perform the treatment. Home hemodialysis schedules can vary. Some people dialyze more frequently for shorter periods. Others may have longer treatments, including treatments performed overnight. Your prescription is individualized by your dialysis team. That can provide more scheduling flexibility, but it also means more responsibility. You have to learn the equipment, have to care for and use your vascular access, infection prevention, what to do if something goes wrong, and you'll need room for equipment and supplies. Now, compare that with peritoneal dialysis. PD is generally performed at home and it's part of your routine every day. Some people perform manual exchanges during the day. Others connect to a cycler at night and perform most of their dialysis while they're sleeping. That can give people more control over when and where they dialyze. But again, there's a trade-off. You're responsible for performing the treatment correctly, caring for your catheter, keeping your treatment area clean, storing supplies, and following the infection prevention techniques you were taught. One important complication people learn to watch for is peritonitis, an infection inside your abdomen. So, I don't like describing one treatment as giving you freedom and another as taking it away. There are different kinds of responsibilities, and what feels freeing for one person may feel overwhelming to another. And if you're listening to all of this thinking, okay, but what should I actually ask my doctor before I make this decision? I want to help you with that too. I've created a simple free list of questions to ask before choosing a dialysis treatment that you can take with you to your next appointment. That way, you don't have to remember everything we're talking about today. I'll leave the link below because the next question is probably the biggest one. Which type of dialysis is better? Neither, or more accurately, there isn't one dialysis treatment that's best for everybody. The better question is, which treatment is appropriate for me? Your healthcare team will consider your medical condition and whether the different dialysis options are safe and appropriate for you. But your life matters too. Do you work? Do you travel? Are you comfortable learning medical procedures? Would you rather have trained staff perform your treatment? Do you have room at home for supplies? Do you have support if you need it? And what matters most to you about maintaining your daily life? Those conversations should happen before you need dialysis whenever possible. Learning your options ahead of time gives you more opportunity to understand them, ask questions, and participate in the decision. And here's something else people sometimes don't realize. Choosing one type of dialysis doesn't necessarily mean you're locked into that choice forever. Your health or circumstances can change. And in some situations, your dialysis treatment can change too. So if you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. Hemodialysis filters your blood outside your body. Peritoneal dialysis uses the lining of your abdomen to help filter your blood inside your body. Both replace part of the work your kidneys can no longer do. Neither is a cure for kidney failure, and the right choice isn't simply about which one sounds easier. It's about your health, your life, and finding an option that is medically appropriate and that you can realistically live with. But maybe you're thinking, okay, I understand the difference now, but what is dialysis actually doing when it's cleaning my blood? That's exactly what I explain in my What is Dialysis video. Click here and I'll see you there.